Hey guys, welcome back to the Kanani and Weinman YouTube channel. So excited to be with you again today. Mr. B here with another social skills lesson. We're going to be talking today about managing disappointment. And so before we get it started at all, I want you to make sure you get your discussion buddy with you. So what I'm going to have you do is right now, get your discussion buddy. So you're going to pause the video and get your discussion buddy. Go ahead and pause. Okay, well I hope you're back with your discussion buddy now and you guys are ready to get started. So again, we're going to be talking about the words managing disappointment. And so I want to break both those words up so you can think about what they mean. But first, I want you to discuss with your discussion buddy each of those words. So think about the first word, managing. If you were to discuss with your discussion buddy, make a guess together about what you think managing means. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and talk to your discussion buddy about what the word managing means. Go ahead and pause. Okay, well I hope you're able to pause and think about that, the word managing. If you had an idea that the word managing was about kind of controlling or planning or kind of trying to create and control a situation, that is what managing is. It's about controlling a situation. So in this case, the situation we have to control is our brains and our bodies. Sometimes our brains can make us feel things and can make our bodies do things that maybe aren't safe or cause us to lose control of our emotions in our body. So it's really important that we manage our emotions in our brain and in our body and control them so that we keep ourselves and everyone else around us safe. The next word is disappointment. So you may have an idea of what disappointment is, but again, I want you to talk with your discussion buddy. So go ahead and pause and make a guess with your discussion buddy about what the word disappointment means. Go ahead and pause. Okay. Well, I hope you and your discussion buddy had a good discussion about the word disappointment. Again, disappointment is something that we have to control, right? Because the first word is managing, and then managing is disappointment. So we're trying to control our disappointment. So we know disappointment is an emotion or a feeling that is in our brain and in our body that causes us to do things that maybe aren't good or aren't safe. So, with that in mind, if you're trying to control your disappointment, let's talk about what disappointment is. Disappointment is when you feel sad and frustrated at the same time. And it causes you to either shut down and not talk to anybody and just refuse to do anything, or it causes you to get really mad, right? And when it's kind of that mixture of being sad and mad. Now, I have a story about someone who had some disappointment in their world, and I'm going to show you that now. But first I want to show you the picture of this boy named Tony who's facing some disappointment, and I want you to guess why. So, I'm going to show you the picture, and then you're going to pause the video when I say, and then you're going to discuss with your discussion buddy of what led to Tony being disappointed. Okay, here's the picture. So look closely. Look at what's happening in the picture. And why is Tony disappointed? What's happening in the picture around that tells you that Tony is disappointed? Okay? Pause the video and discuss. Okay. Well, I hope you were able to kind of sort out why Tony is disappointed, and now I'm going to read to you the story about what happened and see if your guess about what was going on is right. So here we go. Tony was in his class, and his teacher was getting the kids ready to go outside for recess. But before they went outside, the teacher was going to pick a couple students to help with a special project. Tony wanted to be one of the students picked to help with the project. But instead, the teacher ended up picking two other students, and Tony went outside but didn't get to participate with his special project right away. So, look at this photograph, and what is it about that situation and what you see in the picture that tells you how Tony is feeling and what's going on? Okay, so in this picture, you were going to see objects on a table, Tony with his coat on to go outside, and the two students who were picked to help. Now think for a minute. How does Tony feel? Pause the video and discuss. Okay, well, I hope you're able to pause and you're able to discuss. Tony is probably feeling disappointed, sad, and angry. It's that mixture of sad and frustrated, right? That makes someone disappointed. And you can tell he is frustrated because you look at what? You look at Tony's face. And on his face, you see eyes that are kind of down, but they're also looking at the people he's frustrated with and the situation he's frustrated. Maybe he's not really mad at the people, but he's mad at the situation that he doesn't get to do it. And you can tell he's mad because his eyebrows are down, his mouth is kind of frowning and down, he is not smiling, and he's getting his coat ready to go outside. So you can tell that Tony is not happy about what happened. He is disappointed. So, disappointment is something you feel when you don't get what you want. Sometimes being sad or angry can be a part of disappointed. If you ever felt disappointed before, then you would understand and you would have empathy for Tony. So I want you to think for a second, when is a time you were disappointed? Pause the video and discuss that with your discussion buddy. Okay, I hope you were able to discuss with your discussion buddy a time that you maybe had disappointment and you can understand what it's like and what Tony feels when he's disappointed. Maybe there was something that you didn't get to do. Maybe you wanted to eat lunch with a friend and you didn't get to do that. Maybe you wanted a certain toy at Christmas time and you didn't get that toy. Maybe you wanted to go to a water park and it didn't work out. Or maybe your family made plans for a special vacation to go skiing and bummer, that didn't work out. You know, things didn't pan out how you were hoping, and now you're disappointed. So now we need to think of the next step. When we're feeling that disappointment, we don't want it to control us, because if it controls us, we might end up doing something that is not safe or might end up hurting ourselves or others. So we need to think about how to control our disappointment. So let's look at here again. Tony is disappointed, and he feels like throwing something or kicking a door. Now ask yourself, is throwing something or kicking a door a safe choice? Pause the video and discuss. Okay, well, I hope your discussion was fairly quick, because we know throwing things and kicking are not safe. That's when you're in the red zone. Tony's probably starting in the yellow, but he's so frustrated he's moving into the red zone, and that is not a good choice, to get so mad that you throw things or kick. So, what can Tony do to calm down? I want you, before I start sharing some ideas from our toolbox, I want you to pause with your discussion buddy and come up with a plan for how Tony could calm down. Go ahead and pause. Okay, well, I hope you're able to come up with a plan for Tony and how he could calm down, but I want you to think again about what we've been talking about off and on. Some of the really important things are, when we are about to do something, we need to stop. So I want you to imagine a stop sign. Actually, I think I might have one here. Maybe. Oh, we need to stop. And stop can mean a lot of things. That can mean stopping when we're about to do something, or that mean we are going somewhere to stop. Oftentimes, I recommend using take a break, because take a break takes us out of the situation we're in. Like Tony, he's in this situation, and the longer Tony stands here, the longer he thinks in his brain about how mad he is about what's happening. So if Tony leaves the spot and he goes to a take a break spot away from the situation, that's a way to stop and not allow his feelings to control him, not allowing the disappointment to control him. So he has to stop, and he'll have to then name his feeling and say, I'm disappointed, and he's disappointed because why? Because he didn't get what he wanted. So now the next step is important. He needs to calm down. And if we don't calm down, we're going to continue to build up and we'll get mad again. Sometimes Puppy and Snail, when you see them, Puppy will hear Snail give him some ideas to calm down, and then he revs back up and starts getting excited again or getting mad again. So we have to stop and stay stopped until we calm all the way down. So the next step now is to think about what he could do to calm down. And I think you already paused and discussed, so I'm going to make a suggestion. What I would do if I was Tony right away is I would start using self-talk, and I would say, I'm disappointed I didn't get what I wanted, but I can't kick or throw. So I would tell myself, I can't kick or throw things, I need to sit and stop. I can't kick or throw things, I need to sit and stop. And I would say that to myself over and over in my brain, so I would be telling my brain what the right response is. And then after I said it, I would start doing some deep breathing. I would put my hand on my belly and tummy just to remind myself that this is a signal to breathe. And so I would start breathing in and out, in and out, until my brain was calm and my body was calm, and until I knew I wasn't going to throw or kick. So it's really important that we get ourselves to stop, move to a spot, and calm down. So here's a couple scenarios I want you guys to think about. Let's say you wanted to play a game that your friends were playing, but there wasn't another room for you to play at that time. You have to play the game a different time. You're probably feeling disappointed. So what should you do? Pause the video and discuss. Okay. Well, I hope you're able to discuss that. Think of another one. Let's say you saw the cookie jar was full at home. You came home and the jar full of cookies at home, but mom had a sign on the cookie jar, no cookies until after dinner. So you might be disappointed in that moment. So what do you need to do? You're going to need to make sure that you stop. Name your feeling. I'm disappointed I don't get a cookie. And then get your body calm by using some deep breathing, right? That's so important that we bring our body, we manage our disappointment, we regulate our brain and body and bring it down. And you do that through breathing and through being away from the situation. So sometimes you feel disappointed and you might get quiet and sad. Or sometimes you might get really angry and want to do something unsafe. Either way, you're going to need to control your body and not let it get out of control. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I hope you guys have a great day.